Have you ever felt like no matter how hard you work, people don't truly see your value? Like your effort is taken for granted, or worse, replaced by someone else? This is the story of Alex, a young professional, and how learning the power of knowing his worth changed his life forever. Alex was 25, ambitious and hardworking. He spent long hours at his job, helping colleagues, volunteering for extra projects, and always saying yes when someone asked for a favor. People appreciated him, but only when it served them. He often stayed late at the office, quietly fixing problems others avoided, answering emails at midnight, and staying calm during crises. And yet, recognition was rare. Compliments were few. Praise went to those who spoke loudly about their efforts, not those who quietly delivered results. One afternoon, after finishing a major project that had taken weeks of dedication, Alex expected a simple acknowledgement. Maybe a thank you from his boss, a nod of appreciation, or even a small note recognizing his work, but nothing came. Instead, a colleague, someone who had contributed far less, received the praise Alex had quietly earned. Frustrated, Alex grabbed his coat and stepped outside. The city streets were bustling, but he barely noticed the noise. His mind replayed the events of the day, the endless hours of work, the moments he had put others' needs before his own. And he realized something. He had been measuring his worth by the approval of others. To clear his mind, he wandered into the nearby park. Children ran freely, chasing bubbles and laughing without care. He watched them, amazed at their ability to simply enjoy the moment. They didn't worry about being noticed or replaced, they just existed. Alex thought, why is life so complicated for adults? Why do we let others decide our value? As he sat on a bench, an older man approached and asked if the seat was taken. They started talking, and Alex, almost without realizing it, poured out his frustration. He spoke of working tirelessly, giving more than anyone asked, yet feeling invisible. He admitted that, at times, it felt like his efforts were meaningless. The man nodded thoughtfully. You are forgetting something important, young man. Working hard is not enough. You must also work wisely. And the most important thing is knowing your worth, Alex frowned. But how do I know my worth? How do I make sure people see it? The man smiled. You don't need everyone to see it. True value comes from within. When you know your worth, you set boundaries. You choose carefully where to invest your time and energy. Balance your efforts with self-respect, and you will never be replaced by someone who only wants convenience. Alex listened, intrigued but unsure. That sounds simple, but how do I do it? Let me show you, said the man, handing Alex a small notebook. Every day, write down 3 things you did that made a difference, no matter how small. It could be at work, with friends, or for yourself. Then, reflect on your contribution and value. Slowly, you will see your own worth, independent of others' recognition. The next morning, Alex began the practice. At first, it felt strange. He had spent so long measuring himself by what others said or did, he forgot to acknowledge his own efforts. But as he wrote, he started noticing patterns. The small acts of kindness, the thoughtful solutions, the moments he led with integrity, and the times he stayed calm when everyone else panicked. Over the weeks, something shifted. Alex stopped overcommitting to everyone else's demands. He began saying no when tasks were unnecessary or unfair. He prioritized projects where his skills truly mattered and invested time in personal growth. Reading books he had always postponed, exercising regularly, and connecting with people who genuinely valued him. One morning, a colleague asked him for help on a project. In the past, Alex would have dropped everything to assist. This time he paused and said, I can help, but let's plan this so it fits within both our schedules. The colleague looked surprised, but eventually agreed. Alex realized that by valuing his own time, he wasn't being selfish, he was being wise. One day his boss called him into the office. Alex felt a flash of anxiety, expecting criticism. Instead, his boss said, Alex, I've noticed your contributions. Your work is consistently excellent, and your leadership is invaluable. Keep it up. Alex smiled, but inside, he knew this recognition mattered less now. He had discovered the real reward, knowing his worth and protecting it. He no longer measured himself by others' approval, and that gave him confidence, clarity, and balance. Life didn't suddenly become perfect. Challenges arose, colleagues were still competitive, and moments of doubt appeared. But Alex faced them differently. He no longer rushed to please or overextend himself. Instead, he focused on meaningful efforts and respected his own limits. Over time, people naturally gravitated toward him, not because he gave endlessly, but because he radiated value and self-respect. His relationships deepened, his career flourished, and he felt a steady inner peace he had never known before. Alex learned an important truth. You cannot control others' perception of you, but you can control how you treat yourself. Working hard is important, but working wisely, balancing effort with self-respect, is what creates true success. He also discovered that setting boundaries doesn't make you unkind, it makes you strong. It teaches others to respect your time and energy. He realized that life isn't just about being busy, it's about being valuable. And when you honor your own value, everything around you shifts. The story of Alex is a reminder for all of us. Don't let others define your value. Don't allow anyone to replace you because you haven't recognized your own worth. Know your worth, set boundaries, and make intentional choices. Protect your energy and invest in what truly matters. Small, consistent actions, writing down your achievements, reflecting on your contributions, and prioritizing meaningful work, can create massive internal transformation. By embracing your own value, you attract the right opportunities and relationships. You begin to live with clarity, confidence, and peace. And that is the power of knowing your worth. If this story inspired you, share it, comment your thoughts, and subscribe to StoriesSpeak English for more motivational stories. Life lessons and English learning stories for young adults, and children.